This podcast is supported by Music Theater of Wenatchee, celebrating 64 years of bringing stories to life. From show-stopping musicals to powerful plays, the Music Theater of Wenatchee stage is where stories come alive. Now they are writing the next chapter, and you can help make it happen. To support the next act of community theater in Wenatchee, visit annex.mtow.org and donate today.
Opening night club.
We're not opening a nightclub.
It's the opening night club. We can't wait to watch an opening night show because we always go with our opening night club. Opening night club.
Welcome to the Opening Night Club podcast. This is the podcast where we get together every week to discuss and celebrate local theater all throughout Central Washington. I'm your host, Kevin McKee, and with me again is actor, playwright, raconteur, and something else. I don't know what it was. Skyler Cuthill.
Am I no longer your friend, Kevin?
You can be, and my friend, I was thinking of Rake. I could not think of the.
I get it. I get what you're I'm picking up what you're putting down here, Kevin. I understand.
Oh man,
it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so it wasn't Rascal. I don't remember what it was.
No, it was. We had a conversation about me being a rake a while ago.
That was it. Okay,
yeah,
I think it was a rake.
But generally speaking, you finished the adjective praying
yes,
with my
friend.
Yes.
Yes. Well, we'll see after this weekend.
I know. So much has passed between us. It's tough sometimes. But yeah, I've been away for a little bit. You had some interviews.
I had some interviews.
Some excellent interviews with Glenn and Cynthia.
And people who have done so much to promote theater in the Valley.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just amazing people.
I listened to the show.
Yeah.
And those were very productive, very interesting interviews. These people have been around and they've done things, right? Glenn and Cynthia, they're very important in the community. So that's very valuable.
Yeah, for those of you who are listening, we've been picking people to interview, and these are the people that if you're working on theater in the area, you should know who these people are. You're going to cross paths with them at some point. You should understand, this is what they bring to the performing arts in the Valley.
Well, in my 2 weeks off, I had a very busy 2 weeks.
What have you done in the past couple weeks, Skyler?
Well, since I didn't have a single thing to do, this is the only thing on my calendar, this podcast. So I scaled Mount Rainier and I gazed on the face of God.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how's God doing?
He's doing great.
Oh, good.
He's really pleased with everything.
Good.
He's
moisturizing?
He gave me the big thumbs up. He said, Skyler, you and your kin are just naturals at this whole thing.
Wow.
I said, wow, that wasn't what I expected to hear, but I'm going to bow to the argument of authority here.
And as you should.
Yeah.
I think we all should do that.
Yeah, we just came from an Old Testament show.
We did.
And the Old Testament is rich with examples of when people do not listen to what God has to tell them.
And he smites them.
But we did. We just came from Quincy's production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yes.
So that's actually, we're on theme here. So we're actually recording it at like 11 p.m. after we came back from Quincy. So it is loose.
It's a loose one. Mm-hmm. So we went and we saw Quincy tonight, and over the past couple weeks, we've had a couple interesting things. We had the auditions for Macbeth.
Yes.
And I don't think they've announced the cast list, but I bet he's got it at some point, right?
Yeah. So they had an excellent audition, I was told. I was there. I had to go on like a pre-day to audition special because I had a conflict with the day of. But I was told they had a bumper crop of people, which is really great because last year with 12th Night, we had to make phone calls.
To bring more people in.
Yeah, we're just getting going.
And traditionally that does happen. I think that we've been getting a lot more people auditioning lately.
It's true.
And it's kind of surprised all of the regular directors that they get far more people than they're used to auditioning for their shows.
And it's wonderful because previously, it's like with Human's A Brief Primer, it was kind of like my friends and the people that I could con into doing it. for Macbeth, they got people who were not already associated with us, right? People who are just like, oh, I heard about this.
Yes.
Which is wonderful. It's a growing organization.
It's how we build our community here in town is those people, hopefully they're listening to a podcast that encourages them to go and audition and just become part of the community.
We should have asked them to fill out a form to say, where did you hear about this audition?
Yeah.
So we can get the kickbacks.
Yeah. Newspaper ad, TV, friend, word of mouth.
I always go.
Podcast.
But yeah, I was told that the auditions went really, really well, and we should have a list fairly soon.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Before that, we'd been talking about the podcast, but I did our Maundy Thursday presentation where I was the Apostle John for our reading, and I was telling Skyler in the car that I think I missed the tone of Maundy Thursday, where I was really
You weren't Monday enough.
I wasn't Maundy.
It says it right in the name, Kevin.
Yeah.
Come on.
And apparently Maundy is mandate.
Oh.
It's like Latin or something like that for mandate.
Okay.
And so the mandate, of course, is Jesus in the Last Supper telling them, do this in remembrance of me. It's the mandate.
Yeah.
So that's why it's Maundy Thursday.
Okay.
Maundy Thursday. Anyhow, that's what I heard, and it was from a reverend. So I'm going to have to assume it's true.
Okay. Again, deference to authority.
I will give deference to authority. But yeah, on that one, I took it and I was trying to interpret it and read between the lines and do a little acting. And so when the Apostle John says Jesus calls me the beloved disciple, I was making him very smug. And so as I go through it, that's kind of the Apostle John, who he was. As read through Kevin McKee, is the Apostle John came off as a little smug that he was one of the favorite disciples. But before that, well, like before the presentation, while they were doing the singing, our pastor, our Reverend Pastor Debbie, reminded everybody in the audience that this was the beginning of the Passion, that this is leading up to the death of Christ. It's a very somber occasion. And so there was no one in the audience that was ready to snicker or giggle a little bit at the Apostle John being smug. And so, I did not read the tone of the room. And I kind of forgot. And this is probably the worst thing you can do if you're doing anything during Holy Week is forget why you're there.
Well, that isn't your fault. They just weren't warmed up properly.
We should have had a warm-up act. We could have had a comedian come out.
Yeah, you needed somebody to open the set for you.
Yeah, I needed somebody to come out and warm them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what about that tomb there?
Holy Thursday. Give me 1 minute and you can edit in a joke. Let me enter my mind palace of comedy, and I'm going to come up with a Rodney Dangerfield Borscht Belt joke.
I got a really tight 5 that I'm going to run before the Maundy Thursday presentation. I'm here all Easter weekend. Try the veal.
I mean, you didn't fall down.
No.
So it wasn't a disaster.
It went great, and I don't think we were sacrilegious in any way.
Okay, good.
It went very well, and Easter went well. It was good Easter.
Great news.
That's right.
Great news for everybody.
Great news. So that's what we've been working on. We've had other stuff. We went down and saw some of the rehearsals for Legally Blonde, and they are coming right along. It's a lot of dance. And we saw they've got a lot of jump ropes. There's a lot of stuff going on for that.
High energy. Love it.
It's high energy and fun. It's a lot of fun. Anyhow.
And you went and saw Around the World.
I went and saw Around the World in 80 days at Maskers Theater this week. They're opening up, and they have... I am not really familiar with a lot of the people that they had on stage. I did have my friends, Dave and Virginia Stearns were in it. And of course, Sterno is just a funny guy. And he plays about 6-7 different characters. And they kind of pop in and pop out. And he had multiple beards
Ooh.
that he indicated who he was.
Because they go around the world in 80 days.
They've got to meet a lot of people as they
Yeah.
go around the world.
Yeah.
The book's written by Jules Verne, and so it's all in the public domain. And so this was an adaptation for this play, and it was done...
Wait.
This
is an adaptation of a book?
Yes.
Not the Jackie Chan, Steve Coogan film?
No.
Are you serious?
Not. It was not an adaptation of the Jackie Chan film, which is
Wow.
not in the public domain.
Okay, that answers some questions for me. Thank you. Continue.
Just so you know, yeah, there was not nearly enough like wire fighting in this for a Jackie Chan film.
Steve Coogan is a rare talent. If you set yourself up against him, you're going to fail.
Well, this one, it was written close to a farce because you've got to move really quick. There was probably 50 different scenes, maybe more, and some of them might have been only half a page in the script where they would be in one place, it'd fade to black, and now they're someplace else because they're going around the world in 80 days.
Well, they just did The Complete Works of William Shakespeare.
Another one that has to move very fast.
Yeah, it's like a madcap,
Yes.
adventure,
Yes.
right? Constantly running in, running out.
Yes.
And I have never been down there, but I mean, you're always recommending the program, and it's like a going thing down there. They're putting on a lot of shows down there.
And it is a great theater. It's probably 200 seats, and I'm sure I've mentioned it before, but it's the Jolly Theater, and I think Mr. Jolly was a farmer. He had a wheat farmer out there, and just a guy with a pickup truck, and it turned out he had a fair amount of money that he donated in his legacy to build the theater.
So we just need to do that.
I think we need to find a wheat farmer, and get them interested in theater.
This is maybe the worst time in all of history to find a wealthy farmer. This is not a going operation here.
No.
Agriculture.
Yeah, we got farmers trying to get out of the business. Maybe that's it.
An orchardist the other day used a phrase that the orcharding business is so bad. She said, if I gave you my orchard for free, you'd lose money on it.
Yeah.
And that's a nice phrase, but that's a bad situation.
Yeah.
So, but all right, good. So you liked Around the World in 80 Days.
It's not a criticism of the show because you can't do it any other way. But as they're going around the world, they're hitting a lot of places that are British because it's a British show. So they're leaving London and they're hitting the British colonies. So they're going through India and they go to Hong Kong and then they come around to America. And as they're going through India and Hong Kong, they have to use a lot of accents, right? But we're not using Indian actors or Chinese actors. And so you end up with white people doing accents.
Very traditional.
It's very traditional, but at this point in 2026, it's really hard to get away with that without people saying, maybe we need to cast Indian actors to play the Indians.
That might be a tough row to hoe in Soap Lake.
And in most places in central Washington, trying to get Indian and Chinese actors, it's hard. And so that they did the best. And it's also a small cast. Everybody's playing multiple parts.
Yeah.
So you're not going to cast it. But I think it makes it hard to put this script on. They did a fabulous job with it, but it does become a little hard to do that.
Well, I wasn't even aware of it. I was only aware of the original Steve Coogan work.
Yes, the Steve Coogan, Jackie Chan. It's been done multiple times. It's been done multiple times.
And then we just got home. You just got home. I still have like 45 minutes to go.
Yeah.
You just got home from Quincy's production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yes, which is a show I've seen a lot, but I really do love this show.
No, great show.
It's really easy to watch. And honestly, it's quick.
Yes.
It's a quick show. The first act was 45 minutes.
No, it moves. And
Yeah.
that's not like a statement on Quincy or whatever. That's just how it's written.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. No, it runs really, really well. We went on opening night. We had several members of the opening night club there. It's directed by Brian Higgins, and I've talked to him on the podcast before, and he's been working with Quincy for decades at this point, but as a director, he's been working with him for several years.
Fresh off of his tremendous success in The Minutes.
That's right.
Yes.
In fact, he was still doing The Minutes when he was casting and starting up rehearsals for Joseph.
Busy fellow.
Yeah. He did a great job and got some wonderful singers to come out for Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. There was at one point during Joseph's song, I leaned over to you guys and said, wow.
You're thinking of the Israel song, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Close every door.
Close every door.
Yep.
And he just hit the big note and then made it bigger, and fantastic singer.
He's like a new guy.
I talked to Warren Libbert and asked, where did that guy come from? And apparently he's fairly new to town. He's a vocal teacher in Ephrata, and he's done a lot of work outside of the area. But what a find to get that kind of voice into the area.
Alec Loeb. It says in the program that he was in Urinetown.
Yes.
So I went through the lineup and I was like, hey, Urinetown, to try and recruit him. You need a lot of guys for Urinetown,
You do.
So.
And he's already played Officer Barrel in Urinetown, and so he had a great voice.
Really strong singer.
And good stage presence, wonderful, wonderful Joseph. If you get a chance, if you like this show at all, and honestly, if you've ever seen it, you like this show. It's a good show. But they have a fantastic Joseph in Quincy next weekend.
Mm-hmm. Lower Summer Theater has done Joseph 3 times.
Wow.
97, 2004, and I want to say 2013. And either right before or right after LST did it, the second time, John Mauser, who was in LST forever, did it at the high school when I was in high school. And I was slave number 2.
You were slave number 2.
I was slave number 2. I was the rear of the camel. I wasn't even slave number 1. I wasn't even in the front of the camel.
That's fine. That's fine. The number 2, I was cowboy number 2 in Footloose.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Slave number 2 talking to cowboy number 2.
That's right.
Look how far we've come.
We're the second stringers, man.
Yeah, the Second String Podcast. That's the alternate name.
You're the back half of the camel, too.
I was the back half of the camel, yeah.
That's also one of the things that's almost a joke part. You could play a tree or the back half of a horse.
Yeah. And because it was back in the day, we bronzed up. We browned up.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
We all went out into the parking lot behind the school. We put on tanner so that we could be slaves.
Wow.
Yep.
You brown-faced for Joseph and the Amazing
Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Joseph. Wonderful, high energy dance show. Great show. Great job, Higgins. Love seeing it.
Yeah, it was a great show. They had 2 narrators, and I know Kylie Youngren was one of them. You've got the script there. I forget the name of the other narrator.
Lindsay Hintz,
who in her bio says she's fairly new to it. Kylie Youngren is the vocal director at Quincy High School, and has just been doing a fantastic job with the vocalists there. We saw that during Footloose, and just had some great sounds out of them. And, of course, Riley Youngren was running the orchestra. And for my money, Riley has the best orchestras in the area.
The bands are so strong at Quincy.
They
are always great. They are always top notch.
Yeah. No, just a fantastic job.
That is kind of the problem with the show. It's a great show in that, the staging is pretty simple. It's really high energy. It moves really well. Everybody loves the music. But the problem is that there's essentially one female role, right? The narrator.
Yes.
So he split it up.
Yeah.
Right. Originally, I think he was going to do 3 narrators, right? And it wound up being 2. But yeah, if you're not the narrator, then you're either wife or Potiphar's wife. It's kind of grim. Yeah,
there's only 2 real named characters. There's narrator Potiphar's wife, which is really a dance role.
Yeah, dance ensemble.
Yeah. And Kayla Lewis was from Wenatchee was there, and I think she'd helped out with costuming and choreography and that kind of stuff as well.
And our friend Lexine Forsyth was also the choreographer.
Okay.
Yeah, who we know from Wenatchee stuff and from doing Hot August Nights.
Yeah.
She was in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Yes.
No,
she did a fantastic job. Nope. And boy, she's got stage presence.
She sold.
Yeah.
She sold the hell out of that show.
Yeah.
She was I always find it fun, if you watch Allison Drescher. That's not her name anymore. Allison Cooper? She's always selling really hard because she's the choreographer. It's her choreography. So if you pick her out in the formations or whatever, she's really going for it. It was always kind of a pleasure when they put like the extra little oomph in their kicks or whatnot. And Lexine was doing it, by God, but she was really, really selling. God bless her.
Well, that's the part of the choreographer is that they've told everybody here's what to do. And then they get on stage next to them and say, okay, follow me, guys. This is the kind of energy I want to see out of you.
No, she was leading from the front.
Yes.
Right? She was asking them to do... She was not asking her men to do anything she would not do herself.
It was a lot of fun, and we've got a lot of talent out in Quincy, and I was glad to see it. I did talk to Brian, and he designed the lighting, and he was running the lighting that night. So I think that the tech staff, you could probably use more tech staff. So if you're a tech person, talk to Quincy Valley Allied Arts.
And speaking of the women's roles, so because of the situation with the roles, they had a couple of women who were in the husband ensemble, the sons ensemble, including Lydia Harris, who was Lucy in Bright Star. And we got a real... Number one, she has really beautiful hair. And then she was wearing a panoply of beards.
Yes.
She said 5 different beards.
Had 5 different beards, and they changed all the time.
At first, the second time she came out, I was like, her beard has fallen down, because I didn't recognize that it was a different beard. It was like an Amish, like the chin strap.
A chin strap.
Why isn't she fixing it? Why isn't she fixing her beard? But no, it was a different beard. She was a different character, so she got a different beard. Kind of like historically, the vocal shortcut or whatever the phrase you use is if you're a woman playing a man's role, you put your hair up in a hat or a pants roll, right? This was a beard roll.
Yes.
Which has a different meaning in modern society. But yeah, a beard roll. But she did great. Lydia Harris, wonderful.
Did great. We had some of the guys had really good beards.
There were both good artificial and natural beards on stage.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. No, if you're not familiar with the show, and you should be, but there are 12 brothers. There's Jacob and 12 brothers. So at a minimum, you have to have 13 guys or 13 people playing men.
Yeah.
And it gets tough.
Yeah. And then the brother ensemble can play all the other male roles, essentially.
Yeah.
Because you probably won't notice if there's less than 12 on stage.
Yeah.
But you have to have, because in the song they introduce they all jump out when you say, and Gad. You got to get all of them, right?
Yeah, the brothers are going to end up playing Potiphar and Pharaoh and the other characters. So.
Slave trader.
Yeah. The slave trader. Some really good voices. I was surprised every time they would have another brother pop out and start singing those Canaan Days or whatever. And I was like, oh, that guy can sing too. They had multiple guys that could sing.
No, it's a really fun show in that respect, that all the songs are in different styles, so it gives everybody like room to stretch their legs, right?
Yeah,
it's a great show. I would love to do it. We gotta force somebody in our end of the region to do Joseph.
Yeah. I was talking to my brother, and he'll show up here on the podcast at some point. But he was talking about Joseph, and he was the choir director, and he got Joseph because somebody was directing. He wasn't familiar with it, and at first he didn't like it.
What?
He didn't understand that all of these different styles of music were supposed to be a little tongue-in-cheek.
It's satirical.
But if you hadn't seen it, if you're just looking at the music, you're like, why is there such the big swing? There's no cohesive element to the whole show. And that's kind of what Joseph is. It is very cheeky, where all of a sudden somebody comes out and they're doing this French maudlin song.
Yeah, the ballad. Yeah, the country western. One
and
at
they
the
do
top.
the country western.
Yeah.
They'll do the Elvis number, which wasn't done as an Elvis number in this show.
It wasn't. He was like a rapper.
Yeah,
he was like Eazy-E.
Eazy-E.
Yeah.
That's not a rapper I would come up with, but okay.
Oh no, yeah, the jumpsuit type thing.
Oh,
yeah.
I gotcha.
Eazy-E didn't wear jumpsuits, but the jacket was very easy, and the hat was very Eazy-E to me, to my eye.
I would do a Run DMC, but I'm older than you.
Oh, that is closer to it because of the chain.
The chain and the
sunglasses,
the Adidas.
You're right.
Tracksuit.
All right, never mind. I went to Eazy-E. You're right. Run DMC. Yeah, I'd never seen that before because Elvis. That's funny. That's a funny slip that I made. The Pharaoh is Elvis. That's how it's written. He's the king.
Yeah.
That's the bit, right? But he was not. He didn't do it in an Elvis style.
Yeah, it was a different take, which God bless him. I think Brian made a bold swing. It was interesting.
Yeah, interesting, different.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that about wraps it up for Quincy. We've got some shows coming up.
Well, they have another week.
They've got another week.
Yeah, so consider it, please.
Yes.
It's really not that far. People think it's so far, but it's really not that far.
It's not that far. Go see Quincy Valley Allied Arts production of Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
And it's a really nice facility, too, if you've
Quincy
never been
High
in
School.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice theater.
Yeah, I think they've got one of the nicest school facilities, maybe the nicest school facility in the area. Next week, and this is going to be much farther, but in Mattawa at Walluk High School, where they are just beginning their drama program there. They're putting on Midsummer Night's Dream, and the opening night there is Thursday the 23rd. So if you want to support new theater, go there. And then the week after that is opening night for Legally Blonde.
The big event.
At Numerica Performing Arts Center.
This is kind of the biggest event in Wenatchee Theater, the Apple Blossom Musical.
Yes.
Right? It's the biggest show. It's the biggest budget. It's the biggest cast. It's the biggest house. Right?
Yes.
So it is the event. So if you see one show this year, it should have been Human's A Brief Primer. But if you see a second one, make it Legally Blonde.
Make it Legally Blonde. We've got so many talented people. It's going to be lots of dancing, lots of music, lots of sorority girls. And
Delta Nu.
It will be lots of Delta News and a little dog or two.
Yes. Bruiser.
It will. I think we might have a couple bruisers.
Are there a couple bruisers?
I think there are.
Just in case.
That's
smart. That's planning.
You need a backup bruiser.
Well, Bruiser is like plot critical. Bruiser's in the show.
Yes.
He doesn't just like show up or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they talk to Bruiser. He has lines. No, that's good thinking. I wouldn't have thought of that. That's good thinking. I think have a second Bruiser.
I think they have a second bruiser. They've got a backup.
That's good. That's good.
So, very excited about that. We've got that coming up. And Dangerous Women are going to be at ICCA on May 16th.
What's the name of the show?
The Dangerous Women.
Oh, that's the name of the show.
Common Ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were just saying there will be dangerous women there.
There will be no.
Avoid. Watch out. They will attack you.
There will be dangerous women. And something, I don't know if we've talked about it before, but the week before that, May 7th, is ARC.
Yes.
At Wenatchee Valley College. And this is, I don't even know it's part of Wenatchee Valley College or if it's this community group that has got together to do ARC.
It's all students, and they have some faculty helping them. It is a student written, directed, and performed and produced jukebox musical themed around St. Joan of Arc.
It's a jukebox. It's a musical.
That's what I was told.
Okay.
Yes. So our friend Rebecca Hargrove is working with the students, and the students are working very, very hard. Our friend Hannah Blank, amongst others. And yeah, one weekend. So I'm going to go.
I'm looking forward to it.
Got to support the gang.
We're going to support them. We walk through the college quite a bit, and we were walking past the big area in the center where they've got the big rectangular fountain area. And on the far end of that were a whole bunch of kids with look-like scripts. And I think they were rehearsing for this show outside.
God bless them. Working at it.
I think so.
Making it happen.
They were making it happen.
No, you gotta support the gang, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And Wenatchee Valley College has not had a going theater program for a long time.
Well, and they recently, the last year, they shut down the program as a program and laid off the adjunct professor.
Yeah, they have problems.
And so it was part of a larger swath that they kind of went through and cleared out. And so I don't think they have anybody dedicated to teaching theater right now.
So Rebecca Hargrove, she is not a professor of drama or theater. She is a professor of literature and English, right? So she is like their advisor, their liaison, whatever you want to call it. She told me that it was student produced, directed, all this stuff. So they are doing it on their own, by golly. So the least we can do is buy it.
We got to support them. So and we got a lot of really talented kids. The people that are involved with this are talented, and I can't wait to see what they do.
Yeah, a lot of cross-pollination with Cynthia's D&D troupe.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of those guys, the young people.
And Wenatchee High School.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of the kids that are doing this that were part of Running Start.
Yeah.
And so I'm very excited about that. So that's what we've got coming up in the next few weeks.
We have auditions for The Shark is Broken on Monday evening.
That's right. On the 20th.
Yeah. So that is a one-day thing. So it's important that you go if you're interested. The Shark is Broken. We've talked about it, and Cynthia talked about it. But 3-man drama, right? About with a lot of comic elements. But I would call it a drama overall.
And so if you're listening to this podcast on the day it comes out, that means you need to go to auditions tonight.
Yes. Cynthia is very welcoming, right? Don't be afraid. Just show up, and you can do some cold reads, and you can act. Act your pants off.
Yeah, there is no singing involved. It's 3 men playing the 3 characters or the 3 actors who are in the movie Jaws.
Don't have the mayor.
I
love the mayor.
Oh, yeah, they don't have the mayor in this one.
Yeah, the mayor should show up.
Yeah. So you read the script. Do they have, do you sing Robert Shaw's song?
They don't.
The Spanish lady?
Robert Shaw does give the monologue a couple of times, though. Apparently, he wrote the monologue, or he contributed a lot to the monologue, and so he's like working on, because the monologue is like one of the most famous parts of the film.
Yeah.
Through the play, he's like working on the monologue and going, oh, not quite, oh, not quite, oh, not quite. So that's kind of, we're all waiting for him to go.
Okay.
800 men went down that day. Everybody's, we're amped for it at the end.
No, I'm very excited about Shark is Broken. I can't be part of it because it conflicts with 1776. But I think, Skyler, you're considering it.
Yeah. And, we need to declare independence so that the shark can attack beautiful Massachusetts.
Okay.
Right. We do need, first things first, right? Let's not put the cart before the horse here. First, we beat the British, and then we can beat this shark. We can get a bigger boat.
We will get a bigger boat.
Yes.
That's right.
After we have pushed the British out of the colonies.
I think that was also said when Washington was crossing the Delaware.
Yeah, watch out for the shark.
No,
we need a bigger boat.
I think we need a bigger boat.
You threw it right across the plate. It's late. It's late, folks.
Okay, well, that about wraps it up for the podcast for this week. We've got some shows that you can see this next weekend, primarily Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. And after that, if you can get down to Wahluke, make sure you go out and see Another Opening Night.